In June, Britain had to decide whether to stay in the European Union or head for the Brexits. Anti-immigration UKIP leader Nigel Farage inspired the Leave campaign.
The currency is a disaster. The migrant crisis is literally tearing Europe apart. The sums don't add up. And you've got growing political opposition right across the continent.
Who could counter such relentless optimism? Step up PM David Cameron, the only man with the smarts to appeal to the British love of the bawdy double entendre.
It will be an in-out referendum on this issue, which does, frankly, it creates some pretty strange bedfellows. We succeed when we get stuck in. The worst thing we could do is pull out in the bits we want to be in, but out of the bits we don't like. I think we should stay in.
Ooh, carry on up the Brexit. Well, it looks like the British people are staying in.
The British people have spoken and the answer is we're out.
Oh, that was quick. It was a devastating blow for David Cameron, who quit as PM while his microphone kept working.
So we'll have a new Prime Minister in that building behind me by Wednesday evening. Thank you very much. Right.
Seems to be taking it OK. One man who didn't quit his job after Brexit is UK journo and 2016 viral sensation Jonathan Pye. Are you there, Jonathan? Jonathan, Brexit, what can you tell us?
Jesus Christ, this is too early for me to be talking about Brexit, Tim. When they said it was going to be Wednesday night, I assume they meant actual Wednesday night, not their stupid upside-down Wednesday night. What do they want anyway? A summary of what Brexit means. 2 minutes? Oh, piece of piss, Tim. Perhaps I could do it in the style of a traditional Australian song for them. Oh, down by the billabong, a Brexit kangaroo. They're seriously expecting me to do Brexit in under 2 minutes. Something like this, I presume. David Cameron, approaching an election, promises to hold an in-out referendum for the EU if he wins. It's a promise he assumes he'll never have to keep, but unfortunately for him, he wins an outright majority, which nobody expected to happen. A lot of people hate the EU because it's perceived to be an anti-democratic, bureaucratic, pro-corporate body with little transparency and no accountability to the electorate, which is exactly what it is. So quite why we're also upset that we're leaving is, well, it's too complicated for this time of the morning, evening, whatever. So he calls the referendum and spends millions on a leaflet telling everyone to vote Remain, but they don't. This comes as a surprise to Cameron because as an independently wealthy millionaire fifth cousin to the Queen, he's used to getting his own way. The campaign is one of dodgy statistics, sound bites and inarticulate punditry. Anything but solid fact. That's how we do it over here in the UK. The result? The polls got it wrong. Why? People would rather lie than tell the truth to a pollster. Why? Because the media framed the entire referendum as an immigration issue, therefore anyone who said they wanted to vote Leave was branded a racist, even though most of them weren't. So they all kept quiet until they got into the voting booth. Sound familiar? And Cameron, after telling everyone he wouldn't resign, no matter what the result, resigns. Theresa May becomes Prime Minister and everyone's asking her for details of how this is going to work. But she's not revealing her plans. Why? Because there aren't any. There never were any plans. No one ever really thought we'd vote to leave, so no one drew up any plans whatsoever. All because David cocking Cameron thought he knew best. The arrogance of it. What?
We are live.
Hello, Sydney. Melbourne. A wombat set in the Brexit gum tree.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are out of time. Jonathan Pye, thank you very much. Thank you. 2016 was a huge year in sports, especially for underdogs, with Leicester City, the Cubs, the Sharks and the Doggies all unlikely champions. But some of the biggest headlines happened off the field.
New South Wales Origin star Mitchell Pearce's career is under a spotlight after he was filmed simulating a lewd act with a dog.
Olympic swimmer Grant Hackett has been questioned by police over allegations he assaulted a fellow passenger on a flight to Melbourne.
Hackett groped his chest and tweaked his nipple.
Hopefully win this game and we can have a drink after. Don't blush, baby.
I'm not blushing.
You know, you don't touch a man's wallet, you don't touch his wife.
In fact, I reckon we should start the campaign for a one-person slide next year. Caroline Wilson, and I'll put in 10 grand straight away, make it 20. And if she stays under, 50.
I'm in it.
Mate, I think I could do an auction here today.
I'll actually jump in and make sure she does. I'll hold her under it.
And I reckon we could charge 10,000 for everyone to stand around the outside and bomb her.
Yeah, look, hey, it sounds awful to me, but what do I know about sport? Here to help me is the Yearly's armchair sports expert, Sonny Mann. G'day, Sonny, welcome aboard. Welcome
Thank you,
aboard.
Carlos. Thank you.
And I see you've helped yourself to the props department.
I have. I've made it myself. I got the Crufts Best in Show up here for the hot dog eating contest, and without getting into logistics, I can watch 5 days of Test cricket without having to get out of this seat.
That is horrifying. Now, what did you make of Eddie Maguire's comments? Were they offensive?
Offensive. Look, the boys in the comm box were just engaging in a bit of good old-fashioned banter.
Yeah, but they were talking about drowning a senior female journalist in a bath.
Yeah, for charity.
For charity. Sure, but how is that funny?
Well, it's not. That's why you know it's banter. I'll break it down for you, Carlos.
Yeah, right.
Banter is essentially comedy without the humour.
Right.
It sounds funny, but nobody's laughing. And no one ever does it better than Eddie Maguire.
All right, well, what about Chris Gale hitting on Mel McLaughlin? Was that banter? Because it looked like sexual harassment.
No. If anything, it was sexy harassment. Or as it's known in the business, equal opportunity banter.
Right. But Sonny, we're spending all of our time talking about the banter and we're not actually talking about the sport. I mean, surely we'd be better off without it.
No. Carlos, we need banter. OK, so comedy is how the weak, such as yourself, make fun of the powerful. Banter is how the powerful make fun of the weak, such as yourself.
Right, yeah.
It's all essentially maintaining the natural order of things.
Right, what's the natural order of things?
Well, it goes sportsman, ex-sportsman, everybody else.
Right.
As a society, it is fundamentally important that we pay our sportsmen obscene amounts of money. Then once they're retired, we continue to pay them obscene amounts of money for the banter. Sure, they can't kick a footy anymore, but they can still kick a person.
Yeah, but hang on. Eddie's not a sportsman. How does he fit into all of this?
Eddie's a wrangler.
A wrangler?
Yeah, kind of like a zookeeper.
Right.
Yeah, you've heard the phrase like herding cats?
Yeah.
Cats are a dream compared to footy players. You can tell a cat to go and crap in a box, it'll crap in that box. There's no telling where a footy player's going to crap. And Eddie Maguire keeps footballers crapping in a box.
And that's banter.
Crap in a box.
Please thank Sonny Munn, ladies and gentlemen.
Terrific banter.